I woke up around 7 in the morning, finding my lovely wife sleeping next to me. Every morning, I feel extremely grateful that I am married to her. We have been together for 8 years. And every day, I thank God and her for being in my life. However, things are not as great as they were initially, but I don't mind that. I understand that it won't always be the same. And I understand where she is coming from. Last night, we had an argument over money. As little as money matters to me, it matters a lot to my wife. She told me that she is done with sitting at home and wants to start her career in fashion. I believe she can be great. Because I know how much she loves designing, but we simply can't afford starting a brand right now, but she is not wrong. Anyone with that much talent will go mad if not given a chance to show it to the world. But what makes me unsatisfied is more than putting out her career. She sees it as a way or becoming rich and suddenly living a luxury life. It makes me feel small and powerless. That whatever I have been doing for 8 years is not enough to keep her happy, even though it's satisfying all our needs. But I guess she wants more from life. So I decided to talk to my boss today and get some loan so she can finally start her career and be happy. I went to the office and luckily got some time alone to ask about a loan, which my boss David immediately agreed upon, as I have been working for so long and he is impressed by my ways, so he offered to loan Maine $2,000. It may not seem like enough money, but I hope Jenna will understand and we will figure something out. I went back home and spoke to her first thing. Hey, I have something for you, but before that, I want to apologize for yesterday. I understand it must be straining to sit at home all the time and not doing anything, but that won't happen anymore. Take this. What is this, Matthew? She asked, holding the envelope with a check. Oh my God. $20,000. Where did you get this from? She asked, so excited. I wanted her to start your career as soon as possible. I am always here to help with anything she needs. We went to bed and she slept so close to me after a very long time. I felt complete and happy that night. We slept peacefully in each other's arms. The next few days went back to normal, where I would get home and would be welcomed with hugs and warm food every night. Some days we made love to each other and some days we simply slept peacefully. In no time, Jenna found a perfect place for her business and told me about it, to which I showed interest and wanted to visit it with her. But she ignored it by saying, "You are with me, Matthew. But I want to do this alone, plus I don't want to jinx anything. I really have to go and finalize the place today, see you at night," she said, and I left. I felt a bit sad, but let it slide, thinking she is just excited. She was getting busier and busier every day. But I understood it better than anyone else. She did give me her time at nights usually. We started talking about our days and new people we were meeting every day. I would tell her my daily routines and the deals I got, and she kept me updated with her company. I wasn't really a part of it, but I couldn't do much and only support her. "So what did you decide to call it?" I asked her as I held her close to me. "Eve's Closet," she said, looking a bit embarrassed. "It's a great name, Jen," I said, assuring her. We drifted to sleep after a while. This became our daily schedule: waking up, going to the office, coming back home, talking to each other and falling asleep. This is the simple life that I wanted. I felt happier day by day and felt I am finally providing enough. A month passed by, and we were at the inauguration party of Eve's Closet. I am so proud of my wife for doing all of this on her own. I was meeting some of our mutual friends and families. "Hey, Matthew. Meet James Carlos. He is my investor." Jenna introduced me. And who doesn't know James? I was surprised that she got him to be her investors. "Hey, wow. The James Carlos. I can't believe I am meeting you in real life." I felt a little weird, which he sensed and said, "I mean your wife's offer to invest in her business." She showed me her portfolio. And it was impressive, I must say." He replied back, and we all chuckled. We came back home from the party and headed to our room. I asked her how she never told me about James being her investor, as it's such a big deal for her, but she gave a bland answer saying, "It's no big deal. But I told you I want to manage the company on my own." She replied back a bit annoyed. Her behavior is going back to how it was before I gave her the money to open her business, but it could be just stress. After all, opening a business this soon isn't easy. And now she is working with such big personalities. Once again, I let go of her behavior, putting my love above everything. Day by day, the distance between my wife and me kept increasing. She started working longer hours, barely allowing me to visit her. I was happy for her, but I am not happy about us. For some reason, I am not able to ignore these thoughts anymore. I try to be understanding, but I have my needs too. Both physical and mental. I crave for her warmth and hugs and food she used to make for me. But again, I have promised her that I will always be with her and support her growth. I am coming home to an empty place, eating out most of the days, and moreover I miss my wife. It almost feels like I am losing her to her work, but I have to stay strong and be supportive. After all, she supported me for so many years. Now it's her turn to shine. I was invited by Richard to a gathering. I want to take Jenna with me. We would be able to talk to people there. I have heard some of the big businessmen are coming who can maybe help her. Plus, we will get some time for ourselves. I told my wife about the party on the phone. As expected, she said, "No, Matthew. I have some important work at the office and I can't leave that." I am sorry, but can you manage alone? I just agreed and cut the call disappointed. I have forgotten my life without her, my individuality, who I was before her, but it's hurting me bad. My self-respect, ego, everything is losing its worth. I decided to go to the party without her. If I am going to be without her, I might as well enjoy it for a while. I reached the pub and saw my friends. Richard already pulled me towards the bar. I took 2 shots and the music started buzzing in my head. "What? James Carlos here?" I asked. "Yeah. It's definitely him making out with some chick. I thought he could do better than this. Isn't he like rich? How is this pub even meeting his standards?" He said, laughing out loud, but I was surprised. As far as I know, he is a married man, and he will not make out with his wife in a pub that is below his level. I was curious and alcohol was taking over me. I got off my seat and walked towards him. "Sir, only VIP, sorry. You can't go up," said the security, stopping me midway. "Hey, my friend is upstairs. I just have a quick work." I said, "Sir, no. I am sorry, but you can't go up." "Okay. You know what? Here, take this. I will be back in less than 2 minutes." I slid him $5 and not to my surprise, he moved away from my way. I chucked and walked up. I saw Jenna with James kissing him while he was constantly rubbing her body. I felt like I lost the world in a second. I came back home with just one vision in my eyes, my wife and James. I don't know what I am going to do, but she has hurt me deeply. I can never forgive her for what she has done. I took out loans for her that I have been paying for months, but looks like all she needed was a rich person that would make her succeed in minutes. I have made up my mind on what to do. I gave my 100 in love. Now, I will give my 100s in hate. Jenna doesn't know that I know she is cheating on me, nor am I going to stop her or tell her. She made my life hard. I am not going to make her easy. My revenge will start now. I started following her by tracking her phone. I knew every place she went to. This went for days and days. Ruining her is becoming my unhealthy obsession. I was sitting on my bed and Jenna came and sat next to me. "I have a good news and a bad one," she said. Tell me both," I said, turning towards her. "Well, good news is I got her on Way show," she said, excited. "Oh my God, really? That is great news. We should celebrate. Call everyone and even James. I am sure this wouldn't be possible without him," I said, and somewhere she sensed sarcasm in my tone. "No. We can celebrate after the show. It's a really big deal for me. All the models will be wearing clothes that I decided to wear. My investors and team decided to make a short video showing our journey and how we got till here. It's going to be so fun," she said, clapping her hands. "Yeah. That's crazy and so nice. Congratulations," I said, smiling. "And what is the bad news?" I asked. "Oh, well, my watch strap came off. It was my favorite watch," she said, in a sad tone. She gave me this strap and drifted to sleep. I also turned off the lamp and slept happy knowing I found my perfect revenge plan. Few more weeks went by me, following her to all the places where she could be with James. And not to my surprise, there were a lot. I found them multiple times in the parking lot. It was hard to see my love with someone else initially. But as love turned into hate, it became easier. I met Richard and asked if he could get me the footage of the day we went to the pub. It was an easy task since Richard's brother owned the pub. Everything was going according to the plan. Now both Jenna and I had to wait for her big day. In no time it was here. Fashion show day, which both Jenna and I have been looking forward to. It's easier to understand why Jenna was looking forward to it, but why me? She kept saying how nervous she was while we were backstage. It will go well, Jenna. You have worked so hard on this. Trust me. You will never forgive this day," I said. Her phone rang and she picked it up. "What? How?" She started screaming. I was thinking what happened and asked her. "Matthew, James is dead. He was supposed to be here today but his phone was not reachable in the morning. I don't know what to do now. The show is about to start," she said, crying for the person who she cheated on her own husband with. I told her to focus on her event and she will find another way out and excuse myself from there. 10 minutes later, I went out to sit in the audience and enjoy the show. No one will ever forget. The show started and everyone's eyes were on the projector to see Jenna's journey till the fashion show. Except I helped her a bit and showed her real journey. Her photos with James kissing in the pub, uncountable sessions in the parking lot. That's her journey till here. That's how she reached this far. This soon. Everyone's faces were shocked. All the phones were out recording it. Jenna came running out on the stage and saw what was going on. She was shocked. Her face looked exactly like mine when I caught her cheating on me. "This is not true. Turn this off." She screamed and cried, but no one heard. She kept screaming and explaining, but no one heard. "No. I am not going anywhere. I haven't done anything," she kept repeating, going hard on the police. She tried looking at me and finding me, but I was well seated in the audience, which she wasn't aware of. She stood still for a second and asked for proof, thinking that it would save her as there would be no proof. "Miss, we found your watch strap under his body. Now come with us before we force you to," the officer said while putting handcuffs on her. Jenna finally found me and looked at me with complete shock. I smiled at her and walked away. I was the happiest I have ever been, more than I could ever be with her. Update. It's been 6 months since Jenna is in jail. No one was able to prove her innocent. Maybe she wasn't innocent. I decided to leave the company and the house which she and I built together and moved back with my family to LARP. I got a job offer from my relative to be at a high post, and I took the opportunity. I filed divorce against Jenna, which she signed without any question, knowing damn well she is in no position to question me. After a month of working at my new company, I found a girl there, Olivia. After Jenna, I was scared to fall in love and move on, but time healed it and made it easier for me. I decided not to rush things like I did back then, but take it slow from here. To my surprise and luck, she came to me and asked me out, which I accepted in a blink. I decided to give love another chance because in case it doesn't work out, I will be ready with a revenge note. Do you think what Matthew did was fair? Do you believe Matthew will be able to love Olivia as he loved Jenna? Stop. Most of you are not subscribed. Remember to like and subscribe if you liked the video. Everything helps for the algorithm.